everybody. Welcome back to another video. So, I have been putting this off for a while. I've been hesitant to make this video due to my track record with these prediction videos. It is 8 p.m. on Saturday right now, so I'm recording this video about 2 hours before it's going live, which I never do that. I like to keep a backlog to give myself breathing room, but like I said, I've been dreading making this video, but it is time to do my predictions for the Super Bowl between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. So, a couple things I want to look at, and I'm just going to keep this as a webcam the entire time. The LA Rams, they finished 12-5-0 regular season. The Bengals, they finished 10-7-0 regular season. And look at the last, looking at their playoff games. Let's go. We have the Rams beat the Arizona Cardinals 34-11. So they beat them by 23 points. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by 3. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. By 3, 30-27. And then they beat the San Francisco 49ers also by 3, 20-17. Looking at the Bengals and their playoff wins, they beat the Las Vegas Raiders by 7, 26-19. They beat the Tennessee Titans by 3, 19-16. And they beat the Kansas City Chiefs by 3, 27-24 in overtime. Why am I looking at that? Why am I bringing that up? Well, I'm trying to demonstrate, or at least what I think is that as these playoffs have gone by or gone further along, these teams aren't like blowing people out. They are winning tight games by a field goal in both of their cases. So it's not like we're dealing with one overpowered playoff offense versus another overpowered playoff offense. So because of that, because one team does not have this like supernatural momentum behind them, I think that the stats are going to matter a little bit more here. And I think the defensive stats especially are going to be really important in this matchup. So, first let's just talk about the quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow. Stafford has about 200 more yards, but he does have 7 more passing touchdowns than Joe Burrow. So, the QB stats are going in the favor of Stafford. Looking at your top rushers, that definitely favors Cincinnati. They have their best running back, Joe Mixon, compared to Cam Akers is expected to be in there for LA, which I feel like is incorrect, but maybe there was a roster announcement or something like that I might have missed, but for some reason the score.com has Cam Akers as the main rusher for the Rams. And then of course Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase are your top receivers there in this game. Kupp having 3 more touchdowns and like 500 more yards than Chase. Plus, Kupp is being backed up by OBJ. So that's your personnel. Let's the offensive stats. When it comes to yards per game, Cincinnati is 10th. The Rams are 9th. So the Rams are just slightly better. They get about 1 more yard per game. Passing yards, the Bengals are 7th, the Rams are 5th. They get about 15 or so more yards per game through the air. rushing yards. That goes to Cincinnati. They're 23rd. The Rams are 25th. They get about 3 more rushing yards per game. Now here's the funny part, is that the teams are tied in points per game. They both are getting 27.1 points per game, so I think that is the first matchup so far in these playoffs where the teams playing each other are tied in a statistical category. And third down percentage, that goes to the Rams. They are converting on almost 44% of their third down attempts compared to 40% for the Bengals. But then we get to the defense, and this is where I think the difference comes in. The big difference, which will decide this game. Yards per game, that goes in favor of the Rams by about half a point, which is not much to be fair, but by about half a point. Passing yards, that goes in favor of the Rams by about 7 points. The Cincinnati Bengals are allowing about 7 more passing yards on average. Rushing yards, that goes to Cincinnati, but they're really good at shutting down the run, but I don't expect the Rams to be focusing on the run too much in this matchup. And then points per game, that goes to the Rams by a slim margin, 0.2 difference there. Third down percentage, just a slim margin to the Rams, 0.3. They stop 0.3 more. So as you can see, the things are just ever so slightly closer in the Rams' favor. It's like 1 or 2 points, if not fewer than 1 point, in favor of the Rams across multiple statistic categories. I think because the Bengals, the Rams are not that good at shutting down the run statistically, although they do have guys now like Donald and Von Miller. So if they're playing at 100%, you know, that's going to be hard to overcome. But if Joe Mixon can get going, I think that the Bengals are going to be in this. Sorry, quick little drink here. But what I want to say, and this is going to be such a short video, it's going to be almost like pointless for me to post this, honestly. I feel bad putting this up because it's so short. But I think that the Rams just have too many pieces. Now, the only caveat I will give to that is that a lot of their best players on that Rams team are mercenary guys. They were not homegrown talents on that team. Does that necessarily mean I think they're going to be bad? No. I just think it is something to consider. And meanwhile, the Bengals team, all their best players are pretty much guys they have drafted. And I think that when you factor in like mentality and attitude into things, I almost have to wonder if the Rams aren't underestimating the Bengals a little bit, and the Bengals kind of have this perhaps plucky underdog David versus Goliath type mentality in their locker room. And you know, the Rams are a 4-point betting favorite for this game, so they are favored. The Bengals are the underdog. But sometimes psychologically, being the underdog can give you the edge. Now, I've talked about it before, my personal rooting interest. I do hope the Bengals win this game. I've been aboard the Bengals train since like week 1 of this season. But my heart tells me the Bengals, but my gut is telling me that the Rams might just have too much. They might be too big of a mountain to climb. But I don't know. Let's take a look at some other odds and predictions here and see what people are saying, let's see, a former lead writer for Covers and The Line Makers, Hartstein combines a vast network of Vegas sources with an analytical approach he honed while working for Pro Football Focus. This season he has been on fire, with a current record of 49-1, with his last 124 sides for a profit of $1,700. Doesn't seem like that much. Let's see. What's this guy's picks? This guy thinks. Oh, they want you to like join his thing, like you to spend money on it. That's dumb. Okay, so the current spread is Los Angeles -4 with an over-under of 48.5 points. Let's see, the money line is Los Angeles -185, Cincinnati +160. So the Rams are 10-10 against the spread this season. The Bengals are 13-7 against the spread this season. Okay, let's see. There's a really long article here I'm looking at, but I kind of want to get an idea of what people are predicting. The Rams have tight end Tyler Higbee out and offensive lineman Joe Noteboom out. And for the Bengals, they're missing CJ Uzoma. So it seems like those should not be huge impact losses for either team. This person is predicting Rams 27, Bengals 24. And this person thinks that the bet to make is for Cincinnati +3.5. Okay, let's just see. I want to see more of these predictions. So yeah, me personally, I think I have to go Rams. Just based on that, I hope I'm wrong. And part of me is saying Rams because I've been so wrong about my predictions this far that I'm like, okay, maybe if I pick the Rams, I'll end up being Bengals because I'm like have some sort of predetermined destiny to be wrong. We asked 70, so this is an ESPN story. We asked 76 experts to weigh in on who will win. The Rams were picked by 56.6% of them, while the Bengals were picked by 43.4%. Okay, that's ESPN. Let's go to Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated has 7 people picking. You have one person that has the Rams winning by 3, one person that has the Bengals winning by 3, Rams by 6, Rams by 17, Bengals by 3, Rams by 7, Rams by 11. And that's one interesting thing, is that in all these predictions, when the Bengals are winning, they win by like 3. It's like a close win. But when the Rams are winning, I kind of agree with this, I do not think that the Bengals can blow out the Rams. But I do think it could be possible that the Rams could blow out the Bengals. And I do agree with that. I think that makes sense. It would be like Stafford having an off night. Maybe the defense for LA just isn't really holding up, but I mean, you have to remember, who was it? Was it the Titans or the Chiefs that Burrow got sacked like 9 times and they still won the game? But he's going to be playing against Aaron Donald and Von Miller now. And like, those guys, if he was getting sacked by lesser players, those guys getting through to him, pressuring him, getting their hands on him, it could be a long night for Joe Burrow, but I don't know. I think I'm still going to take the Rams. I don't think it's going to be a blowout for the Rams. It could be, but I don't think it will be. I think Rams win by either a field goal or a touchdown. I think it's a one-score game either way. And here's going to be my bold prediction. Here's my bold prediction. The very first score of the game will go to the Bengals. I think the Bengals score first, but the Rams win. That's my bold prediction. Here's also another prediction. The halftime show is going to suck. So, anyways, I'm sorry this video is so short, but I really don't want to just stretch this out meaninglessly. But there isn't really much to talk about. It's only one game. So that is my prediction for the Super Bowl. Rams win by one score. I hope I'm wrong. I feel like I'm not going to be. But we'll see what happens. Tomorrow I will have the review video up for the Super Bowl. And that will be that. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think is going to happen tomorrow. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this every single day. Until next time, guys. Bye bye.